I actually remembered to turn on the mic this time, so hopefully that will work. Yay. And sorry for the bit of the blah. Sorry for a bit of the. Let's try that the third time. Sorry for the bit of a delay there. OBS once again decided to eat my game screen. So, yay, that's twice in less than a week. Don't know what's going on with that, but anyway, it should be okay now, at least according to OBS. And so hopefully the game is showing, I am showing, hopefully the microphone is working and there's not too much extraneous sound. I've got a new filter on the microphone, so hopefully that will sort out the clipping issue that I had last time and also cut down on extraneous sounds from my neighbors or things like that. So, fingers crossed. We'll see what technical problems this stream brings with us, or to us rather. Okay, and with that, let us put on the lovely noise-canceling headphones. See, I can't hear anything else except for the game noise now. And turn on the mouse just in case. And okay, Arcade Spirits, this is episode 4, 5? I kind of lost track there because some of my early streams had a lot of technical difficulties, and so I'm not entirely sure how many times I've streamed this. But most recent one is from episode 2 of the actual game itself, Chasing Ghosts. We are in a cafe with a charming as they described the middle-aged couple who were running it, or at least we assume they're a couple. They're certainly work partners at the very least. And they also have books. This is the whole story, spelled Hole, bookstore and cafe. And picking up right where we left off. But he's right about one thing. There's work to do. I take my leave to return to the funplex. And back to work. Time for the afternoon shift. It's usually when things heat up after the quiet mornings. More kids coming in after school, more pro gamers rolling in with crews. I'm headed back to my desk, ready to take care of what needs taken care of, when I'm intercepted en route. Or en route, whichever. I switch back and forth between the pronunciations. Sorry, character voice. I'm going to try to be more consistent with character voices this time. Can't promise anything, but we're trying. Ari, Ashley, you're both back. Good. I was hoping to catch you before we left. Ooh, what's up? Hamza's up. I have no idea. He is? Huh. Okay. Ashley, I'll bring the van around shortly. Ari, you'll be flying solo today. Hang on. What's happening exactly? Who's Hamza? Hamza is a game finder and an auctioneer, and gives next to no notice when a new block of games will be going under the gavel, so we need to move. Ashley, Naomi, Francine, and I will be going to his auction for the rest of the afternoon, while you run the funplex. So no pressure there. Okay, good. My first instinct is to nod and go along with it. Gavin's the law around these parts. But Percy's words are still dangling away in my mind. The character's mind, at least, because I have no recollection whatsoever what it was that Percy said. Doing what needs doing is great and all, but maybe I needed to step up a bit more. Okay. Plus, the idea of being trapped in here during our heaviest hours with no support was hardly appealing. Okay, our options are, hey, what gives? I want in on this too. Let me tag along. You're trusting the funplex to the newbie. I might burn it down. How about Ashley and I swap places and I come with you? I think The most reasonable one is probably swapping places, because I don't want. Yeah, I don't like the let me tag along, because somebody's obviously got to watch the store. Uh, I don't think that Gavin would appreciate even joking about burning down the arcade. That would be kind of like joking that you had a bomb when you're at the airport. So let's suggest swapping places. Is there a reason it has to be Ashley and not me? Definitely not. He just needs muscle to help move games around. I've got muscle. Well, I've got a muscle or two. Just ask Naomi. I help her move games all the time. Yeah, I feel like such a third wheel at these auctions anyway. Let Ari be the third wheel, and let me handle the floor. I'll be the finest third wheel you've ever met. Trust me. I just. I want to do more than I've been doing. Different things. New things. Show some initiative, like. I suppose it wouldn't change much to bring Ari instead. But no costume time today, Ashley. I need non-plush fingers on duty in case of ticket jams. Pinky can stay in storage for the afternoon. I'm just happy to be helping folks out, one way or another. I need to get to the van. Wait up front, please. We'll probably be closed by the time you get back, so I'll see you in the morning. Floor attendant Ashley, away! Leaving me waiting outside with my two traveling companions. Not much time to chat, however, as Gavin pulls his van and a rental trailer around. Oh my. Oh, sorry, Francine. Oh my, how exciting. I rarely go on adventures these days. It's just a quick trip, ma'am. Any trip is an adventure if you make it one, shall we? And that is true. It's the attitude, not the destination. The four of us pile in, and it's off to the highway. Oh, wait. Okay. I just made the connection between the Pingy barber shop and the Penguin there, a poster in the break room. I am very slow sometimes, but I got there. Okay, so apparently someone in the game in the game design team really, really likes penguins. And I don't blame them. Gavin, consulting a driving map on his phone, leads us out of the city via a series of weird turns and back roads. And okay, trust me, this will save time in the long run. Where's Hasma set up this time? On site at some abandoned estate just outside town. It's about to be torn down, but they found a trove of arcade games in the basement. Oh, so exciting! I love arcade raids. Arcade auctions. Raids. Auctions? You guys got an arcade English dictionary I could borrow? Francine, without looking up from her knitting, answers. A raid is when a bunch of collectors get together and rescue games before they can be junked by their original owner. An auction is when someone sells off their arcade games, one at a time, to a crowd of active bidders. Almost said bitters, that's not quite what we're going for. So, which is this? A raid or an auction? It's both, dearie. Hasma, that sweet boy, buys up private collections before they can be thrown away. He rescues them from that terrible fate, and then auctions off his finds. Sort of. Okay, now I'm fuzzy on the sort of part. I'm the newbie here, remember? Well, okay. So, Hasma obviously auctions off games for cash money, but he's a very whimsical kind of guy. Once I saw him trade off a vintage Burger Time in exchange for someone's super secret chili recipe passed down through generations of family. In other words, he's just on the edge of being a loon. This would be a lot simpler if it was just a raid. We pay up front, we declare what games we want, and cart them away. Instead, he ambushes us with these impromptu auctions, makes us come down there to entertain his whims. I think it's sweet. He wants to make sure the games go to good homes, to people who really want them, even if they can't pay. And really, we should be honored we got an invitation. He's trying to cut out the big franchise arcades like Decca's Palace and help the little guys like us. It's inefficient and relies entirely on keeping on Hosma's good side. Huh. Gavin's right, this could be a lot simpler. Helping out the little guys sounds good here. How did you meet this Hazma guy anyway? Well, it could be simpler, but, whatever. Um, helping out the little guys sounds good here, or how did you meet this Hazma guy anyway? I'm thinking, let's say helping out the little guys sounds good here. I'm guessing Hazma's the sort of person who would let a kid have the game of his dreams for free. He doesn't care about money, he cares about the people, right? Correctamundo! Hazma's a great guy. Is he hard to predict? Sure, but he's got a big heart, and that means something in this business. Not enough big hearts left some days. Yes, because that's how you pay the bills and keep the doors open, by having a big heart. I won't deny we can sometimes squeak out a trade that's practically a steal, thanks to his personal modus operandi. But let's not push this too far. Let's not push too far. We need to temper our expectations a little, I suspect. we don't have room to add many more games, especially relics like Hazma usually deals in. What about the offsite storage unit? We can just rotate games in and out more often. Nearly full to bursting. And not cheap for us to rent on a monthly basis. I'm not saying we have to go home empty-handed. Certainly a few holes in our roster we can fill should we find an excellent deal and beat the other bidders. But consider this, above anything else, a way to maintain relations. Consider this, above anything else, a way to maintain relations with Hamza. Have I been saying Hazma this entire time? Hamza. Okay, Hamza. Quick hydration break. Sorry. I find when I start getting low on hydration, I make more reading out loud errors. So sorry about that. Even if we don't end up bidding. Aww. Which is true. Well, isn't it better to, not just settle and compromise all the time? This is true. Every decision opens doors and closes doors. I am right there with you, Francine. Unless you don't make rent on your apartment, or your stomach's growling. Iris and Juniper have pushed me to stop settling for less out of life, to stand up for myself and my happiness. And I've done just that, without regret. So, everything should be fine now, right? Right? New default topic diversion, the weather. Well, at least it's a nice day for an outing, right? Of course. Oh, come on. Wonderful. Glad I packed plastic bags to wrap cabinets in, just in case. That's our Gavin, always thinking ahead. Trying to protect your investment. Oh, sorry, I totally lost Naomi's voice. Trying to protect your investments, huh? From Hasma's. I keep saying Hasma's. From Hamza's invitation. It seems this arcade was largely abandoned and left to rot. I'd rather not add water damage to the ailments the games are already suffering. It's so sad when we come across a wonderful game that's just ruined beyond repair. Most collectors show their collections a lot of love, but others just don't care. You find old games in barns, exposed to the elements, falling apart. I suppose this is one thing we can easily agree on. It's important to take care of your games. For their resale value, you mean? A broken game's no fun to play with, and it's a shame to see a classic in terrible condition. Good for you, Gavin. Consider pinball. Pinball games are very prone to breakdowns, particularly older ones. To experience them in their glory, you need to show them care. Even beyond a busted game earning no quarters, it feels like a waste to allow an enjoyable game to lie fallow. Waste of true potential. Huh, good point. Glad to see these two getting along to get better, even if Naomi kept preemptively attacking him along the way there. With the rain pouring down on the van roof, conversation gets a bit difficult. Gradually, everybody resumes fiddling about with their phones, knitting, or driving, leaving me to wonder exactly where is this auction and or raid happening anyway. We've been driving for some time, leaving the city far behind. What would a massive trove of arcade games be doing this far out into the sticks? Maybe it's some closed down roller rink or an old bowling alley? Or maybe it's a creepy old house that's likely haunted by exactly 87,194 ghosts. Ah, the classic Cotter luck in play. So majestically awful. Gavin pulls up alongside any number of other vans and trucks. You're here a little late, it seems. Good grief. Is this really the auction site? Creepy. Definitely creepy. At least an 8 on the creepometer. An old home has character, I feel. Let's not judge it by the exterior, shall we? With all speed, the group hurries inside to get away from the weather. Ooh. A large group has already gathered in the foyer of the crumbling estate, but one rushes forward to greet us in a blur, as the others pay little mind. Yes, indeed, Tilly, that is correct. The others are just ignoring us, aren't they? Yes. It's very rude, Tilly, I agree. Oh my. Hello. You popped up out of nowhere. Hamza. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do your voice properly. Oh, fresh? Ari Cotter? Hamza. I like him so far. kind of a dump, isn't it? We're not saying that. Seeker of Antiquity, 1980 is antique. And thank you for your gracious invitation. Um, Thank you for your gracious invitation. Thank you for your invitation, Mr. Hamza. I understand you only invite a select few. The Funplex is proud to accept your summoning. Okay, that's a little bit too sucky-uppy. What he said, and now you sound like me. I'm not even going to attempt to do accents because I'm appalling at them. Indeed, I am very careful who I allow to my events. These machines deserve owners who will respect and appreciate them. Hamza will accept nothing less. Alas, I've not a moment to enjoy your fine company, Ari Carter. Perhaps later, but for now, it is time. Clapping twice for attention, Hamza rallies the small crowd in the room to begin the proceedings. Friends, companions, long-time allies. Okay. Sorry. Long-time allies of the noble art of the arcade. Welcome. Welcome to Donnerwood. Its story begins nearly 30 years ago, when legendary pop musician Donna Michaels, good lord, singer of such hits as Thrilling and Mama Don't Mope. Oh, good lord. Okay, I can do this. Did a stately pleasure dome decree. Here, the reclusive idol crafted a private amusement park, a petting zoo. How many... Okay, I don't know how many pop references or pop culture things are going to be combined in this, but... Okay, a petting zoo and an arcade. Alas, she could only enjoy this paradise for a short 10 years before her tragic death. Needless to say, her estate has fallen on hard times ever since. In this year, it shall be torn down to make way for condominiums. But not before we have our say. Okay, so he's providing snacks. That's definitely nice. Indeed, a lavishly arranged table that probably cost more than any single arcade game to put to cost to put together. Okay, cost more than any single arcade game to put together is descended upon by the invitees soon after. I feel like I'm attending some ancient Roman celebration of debauchery and gluttony, not an arcade raid, or an arcade auction, or whatever. Donna Michaels! I knew it! I should have recognized Donnerwood when we pulled in, but it was raining too hard. Could I just... Okay. Who? You've never heard of Donna Michaels? She was the hottest musical act of 1980... Naomi, I was born in 1990. I'm totally plugging my phone into the van's stereo system so we can blast Girls Just Want to Play Games all the way home. Girls just... Okay. But first, I'm gonna go check out the cabinets in her arcade. I'm not really into mingling. Later. She dashes off with all speed, heading for the stairs leading below. Suppose I should go network a bit. Hamza's events always draw an interesting crowd of rival arcade owners. Heading for the foodstuffs, Gavin arranges himself for plates, so he has an excuse to hang around and eavesdrop on the other collectors. Leaving me to do stuff. I now see why Ashley was bored at these events. Gavin schmoozes, Naomi analyzes finds, and Francine's already napping in a chair. Got nothing to do. Well, when in doubt, find someone who knows what they're doing and stick to them like glue. Go browse the games with Naomi or schmooze alongside Gavin. Gavin's near the food, so I'm kind of inclined toward the food. Okay, let us. Okay, I already get my fill of arcade games on a daily basis. No need to go stare and wonder at dusty boxes. Curious about what's cooking up over here with these other arcade owners. So I seek out Gavin to watch and learn from the master, and also to get snacks, because honestly, I'm just here for the snacks. Gavin, armed with a small plate of delicacies, is hanging back for now and sizing up the competition. Perfect moment for me to slide on up and have a chat with him. So, any friends in attendance tonight? Oh, that's a bit of a cold way of looking at it. The two are not mutually exclusive, Gavin. Naomi would argue he has a hard time investing any real emotional currency in his own people, but he is too focused on the crowd to get into that right now. Okay, that's at least fair that you're not over-promising. How do you figure? Difficult, but not impossible. Okay, that's a fair viewpoint, but I still think it can be overcome. It's a very lonely and sad sort of, well, potentially sad sort of approach, but I get where you're coming from. Okay. What about workplace romances? Within a work unit, not with a rival. Had to be asked eventually, didn't it? Not really, no. Um, well, that's a little different. Within a group, we're trying to strengthen each other, and the group as a whole. So there's less of a conflict of interest. We all pull in the same direction. It can still be messy, however. It's important to avoid conflict of interest. Reasonable adults with strong awareness can sort through that mess, I would hope. Reasonable adults. Right. Okay. Uh, right. Okay. Good to know. For reasons. Now, let's size up our rivals for the auction ahead. I do recognize a few. Oh my. That is quite a suit there, sir. That one's the owner of Pixel Palooza on the other side of town. I mean, I think without the mustache, it would actually, and without that pose, that would be a much more acceptable ensemble. But yeah, the mustache combined with the cheesy grin, combined with the pose, and the slightly crinkly fingers kind of creeping me out a little bit. Look, he's amiable and willing to make trades, but will happily take advantage of someone who doesn't know the true value of the game they're trading. Oh, I like her glass. Or their glasses. Oh, her. Okay. Did I skip the intro for her? She is a private collector with a basement of retro cabinets. She's perfectly willing to overpay to get the games she seeks, meaning she'll probably snap up some of the best deals from Hamza, should Hamza allow it. Oh, hello. Wow. She's. Can't say I've ever seen her at one of these events before. Okay, very, very nicely put together, and I love the hair. And the lipstick. Wow. Okay, she looks rather fabulous. Um, might be worth figuring out who she represents. Often arcades or collectors will send a proxy in their stead. As for him, he looks familiar, but I can't quite place the face. Okay, that's two people wearing sunglasses at night. The epitome of cool. Yes, well, the sport coat over the t-shirt look somewhat negates that. I could swear I've seen him before, though. Gavin subtly snaps a photo of the man in the jacket before loading up. Wait a second. Facial recognition module, current camera roll, latest picture. Gavin's iris. Oh, Gavin has his own iris. Okay. As you like, Mr. Cooper. He catches me staring in confusion. You have an iris as well, yes? She's become a common assistant app. Likely the free version with less features than my premium edition, but yeah, I guess I'm just used to Iris being my digital BFF, not someone else's. Don't forget, Ari, Juniper's my friend too. I have a lot of friends. Friends are great. Friends are fun. Your Iris calls you Ari, not Cotter. Yeah? Is that bad? Hmm. I suppose I'm just iffy on a piece of software acting too familiar. Good to know. Uh, anyway, judging from who's present and accounted for, I have a sincere doubt we'll be able to win any new games. Two of them have deep pockets. The other two are unknown. Naomi will be disappointed, undoubtedly. But that's probably for the best. That girl has a tendency to let flights of fancy overrule common sense. Which reminds me of my earlier thought about the disagreements those two had and continue to have. I know we've got rivals to deal with, but maybe it's a high time to ask about that? Maybe it's high time to ask about that. Uh, Letting it go again and again gets old, you know? Just gonna come right out and say it. What's up with the rivalry between you two anyway? Didn't Francine say you had to stop sacrificing the dreams of others just to keep the arcade open? Have you two always had trouble cooperating like this? Um. I don't think he's necessarily sacrificing the dreams of others just because he is not sanguine about our hopes of um, getting an actual new game this time. Um, I think, have you two always had trouble cooperating like this? You two have worked at the arcade a few years now, right? Seems a long time for you to be at odds with each other. Maybe I can help. Can't you find some common ground? Maybe today could be a fine opportunity to try. We have common ground, the arcade itself. But I am aware that I can be cold or distant. My desire to protect Naomi's dream sometimes leads me to think I need to protect that dream from itself. Believe me, we had the resources. I'd be happy to buy Naomi all the aging cathode ray tubes and joysticks she desires. I don't enjoy trying to bring her down to the hard reality we live in. Didn't enjoy the hard reality we live in, for that matter. But the funplex is very low tier, as arcades go. Even some of the private collectors here have larger, more impressive arcades than we do. So, until the day our fortunes turn skyward, I'm afraid I'll need to play the villain for Naomi's sake. Oh, I care too much for her to do otherwise. Oh, okay. Not perhaps the most effective approach, Gavin, but that's rather sweet. Oh. I think honesty, coming clean, would be, no pun intended, of course, would be more effective, but oh well, what do I know? Better she hate me for what for blah, 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 blah. Hydration, sorry. Better she hate me for what must be done, and then hate me for letting it all fall apart. I can't say I want to be hated, but needs be when the devil drives. That's fair, but it's also kind of prison of your own making, dear. Um, until I can have filet mignon for lunch every day instead of pizza bagels. Until my spiritually satisfying job becomes a fiscally satisfying one. No, there's no point in harping on that, or on Juniper locking me out of a better job. This is the better job. Okay, you need to let that go, Ari. It's up to me to make the most of it. Gavin's eyes. Okay. Beep beep, Mr. Cooper. Facial analysis complete. Profile number 108551 identified. Mr. Franco Sterling, buyer for Nostalgia Commodities Incorporated. No, that's not right. I remember that face, and he didn't work for a trading company. Think, Gavin, think. Where did I see him before? Iris, did Mr. Sterling work for Putter's Green Mini Golf and Games before joining Nostalgia Commodities? Correct, sir. And who currently owns Nostalgia Commodities? Checking. Please wait. So, do we just stand here? Or... Scan complete. Nostalgia Commodities is owned by Decca's Palace, LLC. Wait, what? I thought that... Before I can even finish the sentence, Franco Sterling split away from his little mingling circle to come mingle with us. Let's see. Okay, this guy's obviously an asshole. Can I do an appropriate asshole voice? Let's see. Gavin Cooper. Okay. Gavin Cooper! Long time no see. How's the strip mall? Still stripping? Ah, indeed. Very much so. When we first met, you were a fresh-faced recruit there. Not that there's much fresh-faced about the funplex, eh? Come on, let me pour you a drink. We can talk old times. Oh, no, thank you. A drink would be ideal, thank you. So how's the wife? He rapidly taps out a short message before tucking the tablet under one arm and departing with Mr. Sterling in tow. Thank God I don't have to do that voice for a few minutes at least. Ari, you've got mail. Quickly, I unlock my phone, and load up the Funplex's new group messenger app. Group messenger app. That one was my idea. From Gavin. Tell Hamza we have a spy. I'll distract Franco. Ooh, a secret mission. I mean, not that this would end in a tense, white-knuckled shootout, but I still have to take the need for subtlety seriously. These are our rivals and colleagues. Raising the stink wouldn't do, right? I approached the small group chatting away with Hamza, the auction master. Not ideal, but it'll have to do. Hey, Deco's palace sent a spy. Hamza, sir, could I have a word with you in private? Or, so, how well do you know Mr. Sterling? Let's see. So, how well do you know Mr. Sterling? Seems reasonable. Hey, how well do you guys know Mr. Sterling? The guy in sunglasses over there. Franco Sterling? Yes, I know him. He works for a mini golf green just outside the city. A fine man with a good eye for light gun shooters. You sure he works for a mini golf place? Gavin was talking about him, and I overheard that now he works for some group called Nostalgia Commodities. Have you heard of it? A tricky gambit, but it paid off. From across the room, Gavin offers me a brief nod of approval. Hamza strides out into the middle of the room and claps his hands sharply for attention. Something wrong, Hamza? It's not the same voice. Yes, Hamza has been a fool. He has not been diligent in determining friend from foe. And you, Franco Sterling, are foe to all hard-working arcades and collectors. You work for Deco. Gavin Cooper has identified you as a minion of the adversary. Or adversary, depending on how you wish to pronounce it. Hey, hang on a second. What is my one rule, Franco Sterling? All sales are final? What is my other rule, Franco Sterling? Okay, look, I think you've got Mr. Decker all wrong. He's just a hard-working American businessman who would see the entire industry devolve into a series of children's casinos, spitting out tickets at the pull of a slot machine lover. Or lever, depending on your pronunciation preferences. He has no love of games. The only thing he loves is green, and I am not describing the terrible salads in his family restaurants. Okay. Not very subtle about whom we're talking about, but okay, good. Begone! Begone from Hamza's sight immediately, Franco Sterling. Sterling casts an angry look my way, and at Gavin, the one who fingered him. Not that way. Well, thanks for screwing us both over, Gavin. Decker doesn't forgive those who mess with his business, or those who fail him. You could have left my name out of this, Hamza. And why? The others should know you have worked in their interests. None of us wish to see that monopolistic tycoon consume the entire arcade industry. I like Hamza. Gavin Cooper, Ari Carter, Hamza considers you as friends. Thank you for purging my gala of that foul influence. Funny, considering Gavin specifically said he didn't consider Hamza a friend. I guess that doesn't work both ways, as Hamza offers both of us a warm smile of gratitude. At which point Naomi comes running up the stairs, along with several others who are busy scouting out the games below. What's going on? I heard shouting. Hamza has ejected a representative of the Dark Carnival, known as Deco's Palace, from our midst. And not soon enough, in Hamza's opinion. Oh, okay. I guess everything's fine then? Excuse me, I'm gonna go get my work apron on, since we'll be moving games soon. Naomi, if you don't mind, after you change, we should coordinate our wish list. I want to get that settled before the auction begins. No, don't leave me alone with this Bacchanalian Orgy Master. But he's a cute Bacchanalian Orgy Master. And he has the eyeliner. Everyone looks better in eyeliner. Excellent. Now, let us resume these social amusements and jocularities. Aricato, we will speak. Yes? God, my accent and voice is all over the place for this. Sorry. I'm trying. Hamza leads me off, away from the chattering crowd. Presumably not to eat me, or yell at me, or anything like that. I'm just a floor attendant for the Funplex. Nothing much else to say. Yeah, I'm not opening my heart up to some dude I just met, no matter how on point his eyeliner is. Okay, this guy is clearly on a fishing expedition for dirt. Considering the high court of arcade royalty I'm supping with, maybe it's best not to give him anything. You are correct, R.A. But I also don't want to make relations difficult for the Funplex. This guy is really a leading supplier of cheap arcade games. I'm secretly the royal heir of a distant land. Honestly, I've had a long run of bad luck, or just the hired muscle for moving games around. Okay, I'm tempted to do the royal heir, but oh, hi, Magpie. Oh, yes, yes, definitely. Everyone looks better in eyeliner is a known fact of the universe, incontrovertible. And so we are just trying to decide which thing here. Honestly, I, I thank you. I hope you're doing well. Seems like, hours and hours and hours since I was last in a stream with you. So welcome. Thank you for dropping by. Hope you're doing well. And if you have any suggestions for what I should choose, then please jump in. Because we could be honest and just say just the hired muscle. I feel like saying the royal heir of a distant land might be. I don't think we know him well enough to joke, so I'm going to say just the hired muscle, I think. Honestly, there's nothing to say. I'm only here because my coworker Ashley didn't feel like lugging games around. Well, and because we asked to go in Ashley's place. Gavin and Naomi are doing most of the work. Ah, beautiful Ashley. She's a delicate pink flower, handcrafted of felt and pipe cleaners. Felt, okay. I probably would have gone with silk. Well, although felt and pipe cleaners for the costuming, yeah, probably. Not that I would deny your company given the chance. Well, not that I would deny your company. Sorry. Given the chance, Ari Carter. Oh, hi! Hi, welcome. Thank you. Your my screen is hail to the Queen Jay. Oh, thank you for showing up. I welcome. We are. I'm stumbling and mixing up all of my character voices as usual. So brace yourself, please. And whoop. Okay, how did I do that? Oh, okay. Sorry. Apparently, there we go. Mouse accidentally go. Cursor was in the wrong spot. I've never done that one before. Yay me. That is the first of the new technical problems, at least. Perhaps my tail will loosen the tail from your tongue in turn. Jen, okay. Excellent. Jen, I will do my best to remember that. So, Hamza definitely learned how to market himself. Okay, so how do I get out of that condition? Do I need to indebt myself to a wealthy prince or something too? Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jen. The tiara is a little pinchy, so I may need to remove it at some point. But thank you. I got it on Etsy. I have another one ordered that should be here later this month. I'm very excited about that. Let's see, the will to make the trade-offs that will bring you closer to your ambitions. Francine was mentioning something about that earlier. Wisdom and beauty. That is Francine. I'm trying not to make trade-offs, though. Not to settle. My parents, they gave up on so much just to barely scrape by. Ah, that is the puzzle now, is it not? What to trade? Allow me to regale you with a story. Hamza makes a sweeping gesture to the beautiful ruin of the Donnerwood mansion and to an oil painting hanging on the wall. At one time, Donna Michaels was a star on the rise. She had all she could ever desire, and indulged in her desires all day long. But so indulgent was she that she failed to maintain the work that brought her there. After her second album didn't meet expectations, she lost interest. For years, she lurked in these walls as a recluse, playing games for hours and hours. Rumor has it that she was found dead within her beloved arcade, hands still wrapped around a glowing joystick. Okay, she starved to death, lost in a game. Okay, this suddenly took a turn for the ominous. I'm sorry, I didn't know about content warnings that maybe I should have given. Apologies. Um, I'd say that's ridiculous, but I've seen Percy play for hours and hours at a time. And now, her lost and aimless spirit haunts this very place. Adrift as a ghost in the machine. Too spoopy for me, man. Too spoopy indeed. And obviously a grim fairy tale rather than reality. But I feel there is a more important truth buried in the myth. I ask you, was Donna's life spiritually satisfying? She didn't need to make any more albums. She wanted for nothing and had everything. You could even say she died doing what she loved, playing games. Okay, but she still died. No getting around that. Precisely. So many years thrown away, refusing the world around her in favor of a dream. A dream is a lovely thing, Arikada. But you must balance a dream in the one hand and the world in the other, at all times. Naomi, she clings to her dream. Gavin, he clings to the world. Neither of them are truly happy as a result. And what of you, Arikada? Do you seek to be truly happy? Well, duh. What else was I going to answer except yes? But Hamza pressed a finger to my lips to silence me. Ooh. Oh, hyperfocus. Oh no. Uh, out of a long hyperfocus, you missed meals, dehydrated. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's really rough. I know. I mean, breaking out of that sort of headspace is super rough. Um, you really need to find a game you'd like to play. Or, okay, 7 hours straight you've been watching streams. Oh my, that's pretty impressive. Yeah, finding a game that you enjoy playing is a huge time sink. But yeah, so is streaming, watching streams, and yeah, I do probably a little bit too much of both, but you know, hey, as long as you're not too um, too engaged and you're still able to drink. I have not had enough water most of today, and actually I'm getting very low on mine. Um, but anyway, back to the game. So stay hydrated as we continue. Um, Hold that thought. The auction is about to begin. Hamza claps twice, calling the room to attention. Friends, let us proceed to the arcade below. We have many games to bid on, all of which must be out the door by morning. Oh, yes. Yeah, starting with one stream in the morning is that, yeah, and then progressively raiding over the course of the day, and yeah, you can just get carried along in the wave. Yeah. Oh no, I understand, Magpie. I mean, I am not, as far as I know, ADHD, but I do have the hyperfocus tendencies occasionally. At least what I think are hyperfocus. It's usually under stress, and there are days when I will just sink into whatever I'm doing and not realize how long the time has how much time has gone past, and how many meals I've missed, and the fact that I haven't moved for hours, or things like that. So yeah, I mean, you're always welcome to share. Um, just if we are, we'd rather know what's going on with you than um, than not, because we care. You're a good person, and I am not good at actually speaking emotion stuff. Much better at typing it. So we'll return to the game, and I will stop talking as me, because major awkwardness. Sorry. Um, as always, I will accept alternate bids, but test not the patience of Hazama. If your bid is not a serious offer, the hours grow short. Oh, thank you, Magpie. Any titles which find no takers will go to my own collection. But my hope is to find a happy home for every machine, one which will love and respect these games. Emotions for me in particular to follow as the group files downstairs. And we have Gavin, and this way, this way. Yes, if sharing is important if it's what you want to do. Yes, always, please, you know, if you, I never want to pry. I wish, I mean, respecting other people's privacy is very important to me, but always please, feel free to share whatever you want with me, because I may be awkward, but I will try to offer support to the best of my ability. And sometimes I'll just stumble over my words like this, but it's meant well, really, truly. Um, a bunch of folding chairs have been set up in front of a large HD TV. One of Hosma's assistants loads up a photo slideshow of the games on offer as the group settles in. Hey, shouldn't Francine be here for this? It's technically her money. She trusts the two of us to make the right decisions on purchasing games. Plus, I'd hate to interrupt her nap, or her knitting, or both. I swear she can knit in her sleep. Oh, I'm just too nervous. I think I'm going to go browse the games again. See if there are any I missed. It's so dark down here. Could swear I didn't see them all. How about you, Ari? Want to catch the auction with me? Go help Naomi search the arcade. I'm fine either way. Ultimately, you're only here to help us lug our purchases out the door, so do whatever you like. Thanks, I think. Okay. Gavin, I'll help if you let me wave the paddle around, which does sound fun. Or Naomi could use a hand. I'll go after her. Last time we hung out with Gavin and let Naomi explore by herself, but I'm inclined this time to go with Naomi, unless anybody has a particular preference for that. You find that you stumble or grind to a stop talking sometimes. Your brain goes too fast for your mouth, yes. And then when I'm trying to multitask, like remembering where I was in the game and having slight disorientation from the headphones and the noise canceling, the fact that my voice sounds even weirder than it normally does to me now. And yeah, I am not. I lose my train of thought very, very easily. So that is definitely valid. Yes. Okay, so Naomi. Yeah, balance it out. Balance out our time. It's hard to see you. It's hard to see your way now that the sun's gone down. Naomi might get lost. Technically, the sun's been blocked by clouds all afternoon. Still a factual statement. As you like. Try to dissuade her from dropping more items into the wish list if you can. Okay. Right. Now to find Naomi. If I think actually, since I am down to ice cubes in my water, I would like to do a quick refill break, if that's okay. Just like a couple of minutes to refill my water. So, okay. And yes, last time I spent most of the stream with my hair chunked like this. So we're not. If that happens again, please let me know. I will be right back. I'm just going to hopefully do the break screen, and you may hear some dogs speaking in a moment. So one moment, if you now would be a good time if you're short on hydration to go refill your own water or take meds, etc. See you in a minute. Okay, I am back, and yes, I even remembered to turn on the microphone again. Um, Excellent. Sorry for the delay there, but water definitely does help me when I'm reading out loud. And well, thank you for saying that's an excellent break screen. That is my elder dog Molesy, also known as Malia, and yes, I named myself after my dog. Um, but made sense at the time. And now we shall return to the game with the search for Naomi. If we can actually move, you know, seems like hmm. Okay, small question. Are you getting game audio at all? Because I think that OBS has eaten yet another one of my things, which is incredibly annoying. That will make the third thing that it has eaten in the past few days. Um, okay, yes, dogs are. Oh, yes, yes, dogs. Well, dogs are just simply the best in general, I think. Um, Hopefully. Well, hmm. Sorry. Uh, Computer audio. Okay, maybe not. Okay, well, hopefully. Okay, hopefully it is actually doing game audio, but otherwise, if not, that's. Please let me know because when there is a voice artist reading out, I'm not going to try to struggle with, to compete with the voice artist. But not all of the dialogue it does have a voice artist, so if there are some gaps in my narration, that would be why, and I will need to fight with OBS to get the audio back. And let's go. There we go. Okay. Without the roaming crowd of arcades collectors actively roaming, this place actually feels super empty. and super dark and super creepy. By the time I actually locate her, I can't even see the auction. I'm deep in the virtual woods. And there she is. Standing. Nope. No, you did not miss much, Magpie. Basically, we've just started looking for Naomi and just now found her. And there she is, standing, staring into a darkened corner. She's possessed by the ghost of Donna Michaels, isn't she? I'm about to get spooked. I'm about to get spooked so hard. Oh, I! Instead of tearing my skin off and shrieking like a banshee, Naomi just points to the exposed back of an arcade game. Old wood having rotted away years ago. And inside, nestled beneath the circuits and monitor tubes, is a sleepy mother cat with several sleepy kittens. Oh, we have a kitten. Several kittens and a mother cat. I feel a burning need to post a picture of this to the internet. Oh. Well, okay. As long as someone did. I didn't think you'd be a cat person. Or a people person, for that matter. I mean, you strike me more as a game person. As in, you'd give your games cute names and preen them and have way too many of them in one apartment that is healthy. And what limit would that be? This. Oh well. Exactly. Yes. I agree, Ari. Quit digging. It's true. Despite claiming to be antsy around strangers, she's been nothing but friendly to me, even giving me her lunch the first day I got here. As much as folks in the arcade consider her to be a bit game obsessed, there's clearly more to Naomi than being a one-note otaku. I'm assuming I pronounced that correctly, or at least within spitting distance of correct. If not, I apologize. Uh, buy the game, maybe? Then you could save both of them. Hmm. We'll take them to an animal shelter. Hmm. You should adopt them. They need a home. Uh, that's that's a major responsibility. Adopting cats, even just one. For now, we need to move them. That's priority one. I don't know. I mean, the animal shelter is the logical place, but we don't. Hey, thank you, Tilly. Sweetie. One moment, please. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, Molsey. Sweetie. Tilly. Sweetie. Everything is fine. It's okay. Yes, dear. Yes, good girl. Let's settle down. It's okay. Good girl. Good boy. Okay. So sorry, small dog interval. I mean, a reasonably short interval with the dogs, and also they're small dogs. Uh, so I. Okay, puppers. You've already had your dinner. Yes, you have. Yes, it's okay. Okay, I think for the moment we're going to address the immediate need of, for now, we need to move them. That's priority one. Uh, let's focus on getting them to safety before the games start moving out. And the little alien responses tend to be a bit aggro. Yeah, it does seem to be the best response. Yes, exactly. I agree, Magpie. Yeah, that we can. I mean, we don't need to make snap decisions. We need to ensure their safety first. We can sort out adoption or shelters afterwards, whatever's best for the cats. For now, we need to get them out of here. Yes, I guess you're right. But how do we safely move them? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to mess this up. What do we do? What do we do? Naomi, we have the internet. Oh, right! Thanks to the wonders of the information superhighway, Naomi's got the instructions we need in seconds. Didn't even need an iris backing her up, thanks to speedy tapping. Right, okay. We're going to need one, a cardboard box large enough to fit them all. Not a problem. There's plenty of boxes around here, left behind by movers and liquidators. Two, to avoid being scratched up, heavy gloves. Not a problem. Oh, sorry, wrong voice. Not a problem. I brought a pair from the Funplex. Was expecting to use them to haul giant wooden game cabinets around. Three, some food for the trip. They had turkey up at the buffet table, right? Just basic breast meat should work. Water, too. And a Tilly, who is saying hello. Yes, Molesy, thank you. Tilsy, sweetie, we need to settle down. Thank you. Okay. Oh, my goodness. All right. Lastly, we need bedding of some sort to line the box. Blanket or something. I wouldn't trust, like, the curtains or anything. Anything that's... Hello. We need to knock it off. Can we settle down now, please? Thank you. Very good puppies. Yes. I'll be done in a little bit. That's enough. Okay. Sorry. I wouldn't trust, like, the curtains or anything in this crappy old house. Could have bugs or worse. I might know where we can get a blanket. Upstairs. Right. Pass me your gloves. I'll get the box. You grab the food and the blanket. It's Operation Kitty Rescue. Go! Right. It's up to me now. For the sake of a bunch of absolutely adorable little muffins, I must accomplish my sacred goals. Gavin and the auction can wait. It's go time. Scooping up the roast bird and water, that's the easy part. Plenty of pickings left over, even after the ravenous arcade owners descended upon this buffet. Ari, in the game, Ari uses. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for dropping by, Jen. I appreciate it. Sorry about your Wi-Fi, but thank you. And Magpie, Ari uses they them, but it's I mean, that just seemed because since the game gave us that option, and I kind of prefer those pronouns myself. It was. I don't think that Ari would really be particularly bothered about any pronouns that are used. Fairly laid back and has other things to worry about besides well-intentioned pronoun usage. And and yes, as Magpie says, thank you for hanging out. Uh, it was lovely of you to drop by. Appreciate it. And as for the blanket, well, we conveniently have access to one of those, lying in Francine's lap, her knitting now complete as she snoozes away. Oh my God, you're. As a knitter, and an animal lover, yes, I would give you my blanket for lining a cat's box for transport for rescue. But still, do you know how much work went into that blanket? Even assuming it's just a baby blanket like this big, that's. I mean, I mean, Francine easily could have spent hundreds of. Oh, you don't like playing games to avoid pronouns. Oh, excellent. Yeah, I don't. I like it when you can just sort of when you have more flexibility. Yeah, so many hours when a Walmart special would. Oh yes, exactly. Yeah. 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 If I mean a hand knitted blanket is an investment in time and often a shit ton of money as well. The last baby blanket that I knitted for my cousin's baby, I think. Um, I mean, that was probably like $200 worth of yarn. And, because you're going to use nice yarn. If you're spending that much time with stuff, then you're going to get something that you enjoy working with. You're not going to use plastic, $2 skein yarn from Walmart or whatever. But that being said, I I would definitely contribute my hand knit items for animal rescue. It's just that you ask first. That's important, I think. But okay, we conveniently have one of those. Then we're about to steal someone's hand knit blanket. Knitting crimes. Okay, I can do this. It's not for real. Thank you, Tilly. I'm reasonably certain she wouldn't mind me appropriating this for the sake of some cuddly little kittens, right? We're going to. I am even. We're not sneakily taking the blanket. We could make do with something else, but I feel pretty confident that Francine will support this. It's just we need permission first. Uh, so I'm going to wake her up gently, I think. Because you don't swipe other people's hand knit goods, especially not your employers, and especially not anyone you wish to talk to again in future, and not have them throw things at you. Yes, I'm aware. Thank you, puppies. Okay, I can't just steal that blanket. She's been knitting for days. Days is a low estimate. Puppies, sweetie. Yes. Okay. Where are you? Yes, you need to knock it the fuck off, Tilly. Yes, you do. You do. Yes. And you do too, Muir. Yes, you do. Yes. Okay. So sorry. I hate to interrupt your fast, but this is for the best. I nudge her very, very lightly. Miss Francine? Yeah, exactly. Just ask. Oh, Ari. Pardon. I must have dozed off. And everybody's gone? Is the auction over already? Why, it's only been minutes. Yeah. It's been hours. Sorry. My, how the time flies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it flies quickly when you're napping. It's one of my favorite activities. Um, Listen, Naomi and I found some kittens that need to be moved somewhere safe, somewhere safer. We also found a mother cat. Don't leave the mother cat out. But we need a blanket. Would you mind if I see? Oh, by all means. Go right ahead. It's just, you've been working on it so long. I figured, puppies. Okay, would you please stop barking at each other? Oh dear. It's only a blanket. If it can save a life, no matter how small a life, well, that's well worth the price of a new ball of yarn. See, I knew Francine would be supportive. We just need to ask permission, and yeah, permission is vital in all aspects of life. She folds up the small blanket to make it fluffy and warm and double layered, perfect for lining the inside of a box. See, Francine is cool. Now, if you don't mind, I just need to rest my eyes a moment. Yeah, that's definitely a mood. Oh, well, okay then. Food, check. Water, check. Blanket, check. Now to assemble all these components together into a giant kitten-saving robot. I returned to Naomi, busy fretting over the kittens, while tugging on the work gloves. Not long now, cuties. Not long before we find you a new home. Ari's Kitten Rescue Service at your service. Oh, say, that's a pretty nice blanket you found. Wait, isn't that Miss Francine's blanket? It's cool, it's cool. She volunteered it for the cause. Ah, okay then. Actually moving the cats is trickier than I thought it would be. The gloves protect, blah. Hydrate. Okay. The gloves protect Naomi from scratches, but coaxing them out means tempting them with food and water, and being very patient. And soon enough, ta-da! Oh, it's a very cute kitten, but that box is not going to be big enough for unless that's the mother cat, and all the kittens are much smaller. Oh my god, that is so adorable! I want to die. That's right. Did you hear that, kids? You're so adorable. Ari wants to die. Weird. I bet you'd be surprised to hear this, but I collect stuffed animals. Plushies. Very little cute things. Stuff like that. Not all my toys have plastic buttons and vinyl T molding along the edges and run in quarters. I'm not that surprised. You like cute stuff. Yeah, before I found arcade games, I had quite a collection of dolls and plushies and stuff. My relatives would keep showering me with random toys when I was a kid. Like, visit an auntie, get a doll. Visit my grandfather, get a stuffed kitty. Eventually, my closet was practically bursting with the stuff. Mom made me give away a bunch of it to charity to clear out some storage space. I didn't mind, since then I could make other kids happy. But, thank you, Tilly. Sweetie, Tilly Munchkin. Sweetie, everything is fine. You've had dinner, dear. Yes, you have, Malia. You've had dinner. Everything is good. It's okay. Yes, indeed. I'm aware. Thank you. I decided to keep... Sorry. All right. Let's settle down now, okay? Puppies. We need to settle down now, okay? All right. Sorry. I decided to keep getting dolls anyway. Not even to play with, just to have. Okay, that's a little creepy, but okay, that's fine. Even as I grew up, if I spotted something that matched my aesthetic, it became mine. These days, I wake up, see that collection with all those googly eyes and button eyes and stuff, and, well, it brightens my day, you know? Okay, it would seriously creep me out, but hey, you do you. That's fine, that's valid. But real kitties, and so many of them, these are going to brighten a lot of people's days. Remember, a cat or a kitten is for life, not just for Christmas or the arcade auction. You definitely need to share more online photos of these little cuties, but for now, I'd better babysit them. Don't want any kitties wandering off. Still, her arms must be getting tired as she sets the box down for the time being. Sorry, Ari. That means I can't really help move our purchased games. You okay doing it with Gavin instead of me? No problemo. I should take the kiddies upstairs to wait with Francine and look after them. Do you mind finding Gavin? Telling him where I am? Sure thing. Okay, I'll see you later. She scampers off to take the cats upstairs, where it's warmer and brighter. Right, back to Gavin. Although finding my way through this maze in the dark is easier said than done. Well, no point waiting around. One foot in front of the other, and as I walk by a game, the screen lights up. He was not expecting that. I freeze in my tracks as my hand accidentally brushes past the glowing joystick. Okay, Donna died with a glowing joystick in her hand, and trust me, I am trying so hard not to make an off-color joke about that. So it seems familiar, like something from a story I heard once, like earlier in this episode, the story of how the owner of the house died. Hamza's tall tale. He said Donna Michael supposedly died while playing one of these games, a game with a glowing joystick. Yes. Ari, apparently you were way too distracted by the kittens and forgot everything that you had learned previously this evening. I should walk away. I should go. I have official Funplex duties. I've been very good about not gaming when I should be working. But someone's already inserted a quarter. Game is ready to play. Oh, honey, no. One game couldn't hurt, right? Just one game. Oh, it's an urban legend. Okay, I wasn't even aware of that. I will need to do some searching on that later. Thank you for letting me know. I wanna play the game. No, you don't, Ari. No. Oh, fuck me. My only options are play the game, or play the game. Oh god. I'm gonna die, aren't I? Okay. So, alright. Okay, what time? Yeah, really a little bit too early to call the game, so, we'll go with the middle one. My hands wrap around the stick as my eyes drink in the colored lights swirling on the screen. Play the game, play the game, play the game forever. Okay, Polybius, copyright 1980. Sinneslotion. Game start. This isn't real. Oh, this isn't real. Okay, sorry. I'm channeling my own emotions, not Ari's. Okay. This isn't real. This can't be real. I'm in there. That's me. It's just a game. Just a game I have to play forever. None of this is real. Level 1, the Harpy. Round start. Oh, this does not bode well. Juniper is not a harpy. There you are. I've been worried sick. What are you doing? Out here touching strange joysticks. Okay. No joke. Just make your own joke there. Meeting strange people. Getting into trouble. You need to stay safe, Ari. Trust me. Believe in me. I can help you find your dreams. All you have to do is everything I tell you to do. Seems reasonable. You depend on me. You need me.
And you'll always depend on me, always need me. I'll see to it by making sure I control everything in your life, favor and good.
She is not that way in real life. No. Guys, thank you. Harpy used overprotective. It's super effective. Okay, Tilly, thank you. You need to knock it off, dears. Thank you. Sorry, Tilly's on the other side of my monitor. And so trying to wave so that she can actually perhaps see me. Hello. Let's knock it the fuck off, dear. Okay. Yes, dears. Okay. It's super effective. It hurt. It really hurt.
I'll hide the truth from you. I'll keep you away from every chance you have to better yourself. I won't let you leave me. You'll always need me.
It's not real. It's not real. Harpy used Yandere. It's super terrifying.
Ow! Juniper, stop it, please. You agreed I was right to hide that job opportunity at my office from you. I was right. Everything is fine. You'll never doubt me again, right? And if you do, I'll beat you until you understand.
Okay, abusive. Sorry, did not know content warning for fictional or portrayal of a not real abusive relationship. I apologize. Did not know that. The game. I did not know that was coming. The game. I have to win the game. Get this feeling that if I don't win, I'll never get out of here. Something's wrong. I know Juniper's not a control freak. This isn't like her. And definitely is not. Juniper, she's basically Ari's biggest cheerleader. A little ditzy on occasion, but she's good. Current health 100%. Action. Summon a cleric. Refuse to believe or attack the harpy. I don't want to attack. As tempting as it might be to Tilly, sweetie. Thank you. That's enough. You need to knock it off, dear. Yes, you do. Sorry, the dogs are getting slightly antsy. I'm thinking, yes, refuse to believe. Exactly, I agree. Refuse to believe seems the most reasonable because I'm not attacking Juniper. This is ridiculous. This isn't real. And this isn't you, Juniper. I know how much of a bastard I am for saying this, but you're not competent enough to be a calculating mastermind, trying to keep me dangling from your leash. You're just too open, too honest, and too clumsy to pull off something like that. I know you. Always known you. And I know you're sincerely trying to help me, even when you mess up. Player used harsh truth. It's super honest.
No! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Ari. You're right. I just wanted to help you smile again.
Yes, our fear of being summoned and our belief in it that harms us. I agree. That is very evocative of this. I just wanted to help you smile again.
Thank you, Tilly. Tilly. Thank you. It's okay. I made a mistake, but it wasn't to keep you under my thumb or anything like that.
Juniper, smiling. It's okay. Gonna make this work. It's hard work, but I'm gonna make my dream come true.
Good. I'm so glad to hear it.
Good old Juniper. Kind heart, as always. Okay. I can do this. I can handle this. Ooh, level 2. The shade. Round start. Ooh. Oh, this is. Mm, this one could be harsh. Um, yeah, so I'm. I was not aware that there would be sort of this emotional confrontation here. So if this is a little bit too real, um, which I can see in some of my headspaces, it might be. Just practice, please practice self care and duck out if you need to. I don't know how harsh this is going to be. If it's anything like my shadow version of myself, then it could be fairly harsh. Um, but, the point is to overcome it. So, fingers crossed we make the right decisions. Just want self care always. This is all your fault. Nope. I officially can't handle this. The pizza bagels, the debt, the rent payments, all of it piling up, mounting up, because you are a failure. You will always be a failure. So the family curse, the tears and sorrow, moving from town to town, barely getting by, settling for what you can get. It's who you are, forever. It's never going to change. The arcade job, it'll collapse. It's already not enough to turn back the tide. Inevitably, the arcade will close, bought out by Deco Nami. And oh, it goes for me too. Yes, thank you. I I appreciate that. I'm okay. I'm in a good headspace right now. But I just know, depending on where, you know, it can the same material can be perfectly fine when you're in one headspace, and then you just go a little bit further down the curve and it's suddenly devastating. So that was, I appreciate your concern, Magpie, though. Thank you. Um, bought out by Deco Nami. You'll be jobless, homeless, ruined, just like you deserve to be. That's harsh. Shade used depression. It's super unfortunate. Yeah, the just like you deserve to be is the harshest thing. Yeah. You were better off not caring, not feeling anything. Go with the flow. Accept your fate. Fall away, knowing you never really had any other option. I I can't even mount a defense. 'Cause I'm you. You know I'm right. You know you're right. We'll never be happy. I can't do this. Current health 100%. Action. Summon a tank, struggle against darkness, or attack the shade. I don't think that we would ever. I don't necessarily think attacking the shade is going to help, um, because those thoughts are part of Ari, and so I think all you can really do, legitimately, is fight back. No, I'm not giving in. The arcade. It's my ticket out of this misery. I can climb my own way out of this family curse. Can you? Really? All by yourself? If you could recover without anyone's help, you'd have done it by now. You don't stand alone, Ari. But until you realize that, I'm always going to be here. Always watching. Always waiting for you to stumble and fall. Shade used retreat. don't think I really defeated them. Me, I mean, I. Okay. Okay. Step number one, once I'm out of this mess, therapy. Yes, I am a hearty endorser of therapy and meds and whatever you need to do to get in a good headspace. And you still have to work, but that's where therapy and your own own behavior and choices come in. But yeah, getting help. Excellent. I'm very much in favor of that. Prepare for final boss. And probably after we wrap, at least, let's see, the final boss may be where I wrap, depending, where I call it for the evening. Because even though the dogs have settled down, I am getting a little bit hungry. So let us prepare for the final boss and see what they bring. Good. I'm ready. And I'm definitely ready to get out of here. Cool. Okay, level 3, the Lost Soul. Round start. Ooh, Donna. Okay. What voice? I don't I don't get it. Not one bit. Uh are you Donna Michaels? Girls just want to play games. I just wanted to be happy. I made a place where I could be happy forever. Walked inside, then locked the door and threw away the key. Got what I wanted. I was happy. I didn't struggle. I didn't try. I didn't do anything more than I had to do. Just like you. Yes. What does she represent to us? Um, Maybe achievement of what we think we want and how the goals that we think we have are not going to bring us happiness in the long run. Like any lingering resentment about the higher paying job that we weren't even allowed to apply for. Maybe. Didn't do anything more than I had to do. Just like you. Like me? Not a billionaire pop princess. Neither was I. Nobody liked my second album. It wasn't meant to be a star. So I gave up. I was okay taking the money and running. You could do the same. Maintain. Eat the pizza bagels. Do everything that's asked of you. Let Juniper continue to float the rent. You're in a good place. Okay. You could stay here. You could let go. Play games forever. Be happy. And yes, illusion of safety, the poppy eaters. Definitely, I agree. Yeah, this game is actually, yeah, yes. I like this game too. It's really deeper than it seems to be at first glance. Um, you could play games forever. Be happy. No ambition, no hope, no need. You'll be fine. You'll be safe. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Ever since my little lunch date, something's been bugging me. Maybe now I know what that is. Why did I ask to replace Ashley on this trip? I didn't have to. They didn't ask me to. Why did I do it? Because this isn't enough. Being an arcade floor attendant isn't enough. Living hand to mouth isn't enough. That is true. Good. Quit your job. Quit. Become like me. Lose yourself in the games. Oh, I'm not quitting. That's not what I meant at all. I meant to fight. Current health, 100%. Action? No. I'm not fighting her. That's not what I meant. If I can make the arcade thrive, I'll thrive. I will turn the funplex into a palace of fun. My friends have supported me, I'll support them. I had no real ambition before, but I'm ready to step up. Or there has to be more than this, right? Right? Okay, I know my inclination. The funplex is not, strictly speaking, mine to turn into anything, and you cannot make a different game or anything, make a place thrive. You can encourage it to, you can make it more likely that it will thrive, but no, I ambition, being ready to step up, that's a little bit nebulous. And then we've agreed there has to be more than this, and we don't need to question that. For me, I think the obvious choice is my friends have supported me, I'll support them, because that is really, really the important thing to me, I think. So many wonderful people call the Funplex home. They've welcomed me in, made me one of them. Now it's my turn. See what Gavin means about protecting dreams, but I'm going to go one step further than he has. The arcade could be so much more. I could lead the way, go above and beyond just doing what I'm told. I could champion the cause of the Funplex. That's my dream. I want to end the family curse, to find both success and happiness. And when the Funplex is finally the roaring success it deserves to be, with God as my witness, I shall never eat a pizza bagel again. But the glitchy shade just looks at me with confusion. It sounds hard. Yeah, kind of does, doesn't it? It's a hard path, but that's how it's going to be. No, no, I don't think so. Oh my. I think you need to stay here with me. You need to play games forever. That's so much easier, isn't it? To just let go. I can make you see. I can keep you here, drag you down, tear you apart. I eye my health bar nervously. Still full, but that could change. Yes, the mental health symbolism. Uh, I I like. I mean, the community is what makes it worthwhile. I mean, but so I don't think Polybius is happy that I'm not giving in. Can't risk a fight with Donna. Need to get out of here. Prioritize my survival. Or do I want to try to save Donna too? Um. Okay. I may really regret doing this, but I'm gonna try to rescue Donna too. Maybe. Um. I feel like I need to at least give it a shot. This is risky as hell, but nobody deserves to be trapped inside a video game forever. I probably should have done a quick save before I did that. Okay. Well, never mind. We have the save from earlier this evening, and we can reconstruct. Yes, risk it for others, because I mean, we've got to try. Assuming I'm not just wildly hallucinating based on Hasma's spooky story taking root in my mind, and none of this is actually real in the slightest. Donna, I'm not staying. You don't have to either. Polybius is making you feel this way. He's taking advantage of you, leveraging your depression. I know, because I've been mired in depression too. And I know if I can beat it, so can you. Nobody wanted me. They hated the second album. They moved on. Why not play games forever? Oh, why not lock the door behind me? Nobody cared. Nobody cares. Naomi cares and I care. Screw 'em. Haters gonna hate. Aren't you tired of this game yet? Oh, no, we're not doing that one. Um, Naomi cares and I care. Yeah. I mean, screw 'em, haters gonna hate is also valid, but I think I would rather focus on the positive things that there are people who care about you. And not that external validation is always the be all, is the be all and end all. Um, but sometimes people need to hear that when they're exhausted from fighting. Yes, I agree. Kara seemed to be what she was asking to hear. Um, she had she had done the screw 'em, haters gonna hate thing long enough, and it burned her out. Right now, there's a young woman with a phone filled with your music waiting out there. She's gonna play your whole catalog for me once I'm out of here. She cares, and I care. Maybe the jerks back in your day lost interest, but nostalgia's a heck of a thing. Come on to come back to her. A tour? I I always loved performing. The rest of the business, I hated it all. Hated the label, the industry, the backstabbing and content warning, drug use mention, the drugs, everything. Again, sorry about all the content warnings for this. I have not played through this segment before, so I did not know to alert people. Um, but the concerts, I love the smiles. But it's all over, isn't it? I, I died. Not even Donna's spirit. What's left is the simulation of me. Okay, thank you for understanding, Magpie. I appreciate it. I feel bad because I try really hard to give content warnings, uh, but when I miss something or when I don't anticipate, I feel bad. But I cannot control everything, and thank you for understanding. I appreciate that. Um, all that's left is the simulation of me, running through the subroutines of Polybius. Error, error. I thank you. Thank you for trying to save me. But there's nothing left to save. I'm not real. You seem real enough to me. Error. No, no, no escape. Purpose. Code. Execute. You need to go before Polybius completes its data collection of you, disposes of the original, like it did for me. I'll hold it back, and your BFF will do the rest. My what? Ta-da! I finally figured out how to break you out of this, but, my apologies in advance. Hang on. Do I smell something burning? No escape. No escape. Erase Donna. Replace with new player. Erase. She's fading, but smiling all the same. It's okay. I'm ready. Go out there and fight for your dreams, Hari. Don't give up, no matter what. I saved her as best I could. At least she escaped in her own way. Also, something smells like bacon, and I'm in a lot of pain. As my consciousness snaps back, my hand releases the joystick immediately. Also, my pants are on fire. On instinct, I kick off my shoes and yank my jeans down, quickly getting rid of them as fast as possible. Stamping on them, I quickly put out the flames, leaving only a smoldering denim. Yeah, that the snap someone out of it with physical damage trope, not always, not really a good idea in reality, but in games, we'll take it with a grain of salt. Oh, and the melted remains of my phone. Iris, oh no! She sacrificed herself to save my life. Wait, no. She lives in the cloud. She'll be totally fine. Still, I'm out of phone. And possibly a first degree burns. And am backing the hell away from that demonic video game as fast as possible. Okay, quickly, I rush toward the sounds of people talking to catch up with Gavin. I think she's. Yes. I. Yes, I believe she. Iris is. She is supposed to be cloud based. Uh, Individualized for each client, but hopefully, hopefully she should be safe. And yes, thank you for reassuring all of us, game. Definitely. Although kind of kind of expensive. I mean, when you're living paycheck to paycheck and you suddenly have to replace your phone with no warning, that's bad. Quickly, I rush toward the sounds of people talking to catch up with Gavin. Gavin! Gavin! Ah, there you are. Did you find Naomi? The auction's nearly over. Wait, where are your pants? Not important right now. You need to put a bid down on a game called Polybius so we can destroy it before it hurts anyone else. What? Look, it's a long story and we may not have much time, so if you wanted that game, whatever it is, you should have put it on the wish list. They're bidding on it now. What? Oh. Sold. One rare Polybius prototype for an undisclosed sum to the undisclosed bidder. This feels like it's wrapping up the scene, so I'm at least going to finish the auction scene before I call it. The woman who hadn't said anything all night long, nods her head in appreciation, still expressionless. I still really, really appreciate her style. Thank you for your cooperation. Two similarly dressed men in black rise from their chairs, departing with the woman, presumably to go box up the game and put it in Warehouse 13 or something. But Hamza, wait, you can't. Hamza's hands are tied. All sales are final. This one in particular is extremely final. Asma does not seek to cross federal authorities. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should let this one go too. And honestly, the sooner I forget about it, the better. Especially if I don't want to be renditioned to a black site prison in unspecified stan. Unspecified stan. Sorry, left out a syllable there. And I feel the need to emphasize that you aren't wearing any pants. Yeah. My phone caught on fire while it was in my pocket. See, this is why I don't like smartphones. They're privacy invasive, overly expensive, and occasionally combustible. An unfortunate incident indeed, but as a hospitable host, my course is clear. Oh, and here I was thinking Hamza was going to give us his cell phone, but no, he's going to give us his pants. That is extremely not necessary. Fortunately, rather than whipping off his trousers there and then, Hamza summons one of his helpers with a clap, who provides us a spare pair. I was kind of hoping that Hamza would just whip off his trousers, but that's just me. Why do you just have pants on demand? Holmes is just so sweet. Now, in apologies for being unable to provide you with the game you sought, perhaps Hamza can offer you something special in recompense. My friends, the final 3 games for auction, all rare, all special, all highly sought after by collectors and operators alike. Only a few prototypes were ever made, released to test markets. None of them made it to mass production. What you are about to see are rare gems of arcade history. Ari Kader, you may make a priority bid on any one of these games of your choosing. A glance at Gavin, who's shaking his head lightly, confirms we are officially out of bidding power. Not that I really care. Can't think of any obscure games I'd really want to add to the Funplex, but better to accept Hamza's apology and take a gander at them. Sure. Let's see them. And with a click of a slide, I see... Ooh. Hmm. I'm inclined toward that one personally. I'm not really motivated to save the president, current one at least, from a threat of radioactive mutant zombies. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, I'm thinking River and Keep is what we should go for. Um, hmm. Thank you, Tilly. Sweetheart, it's okay. Almost done. We're wrapping up the scene, sweetie. It's okay. Yes, dear. Thank you. Sorry. Mm. Okay. Puppies. Tilly, you need to knock it the fuck off, dear. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's okay. Good girl. Good boy. Are you done yet? Waiting upstairs for ages. Why are you holding a box of kittens, Naomi? Oh, I found them hidden in an old arcade cabinet. Oh, oh, 7 kittens for... Oh my god, you're right. That is perfect. Oh, Hamza would be a great cat dad too. Oh, I love it. Yes. I found them hidden in an old arcade cabinet. Francine and I are going to take them to a shelter. Wait, is that a Phrase Invaders? OMG! I've never seen one in person. I could restore that. Really make it shine. Please, please, can we bid on it? Even if we had the money, quirky old Japanese game with weird controls won't earn a single token. Now, Zombie Meltdown, that's another story. Everybody likes a light gun game. Simple controls, simple premise. That'll earn, and earn well. Ugh, way too violent and gross. And jingoistic. Thank you. And just sort of dumb. Guess River and Keep would be okay too. 1 minute protagonist, 50 cents a play. We both walk away satisfied. Excellent. Well, I suppose... Okay, sorry, I skipped over Gavin's dialogue there. But it's all moot. We can't afford any of them. These are the sorts of games millionaires and private collectors scoop up. I suggest we get to work moving our purchases out to the van. Ari, do you concur?
Earth to Ari? You in there? Hello?
Flashback? I remember. Before my family fell on hard times, before the curse kicked in, every summer we'd go to the beach. There was this arcade with this one game I fell completely in love with. A game no one had ever heard of before. Yes, remember now. Hamza, I've come to bargain. Oh, I see fire in your eyes, Ari Kata. Most impressive. Speak your desires for all to hear. The game I remember so fondly it's going to be Wyvern Keep. And I think you're right, Magpie, that we will be trading the kittens and the mother cat for that. And the narrator, music, the way the cartoon played out in front of me. Amazing. Like nothing I'd ever seen before. I traded tips with other kids at the arcade, trying to master the sequence of moves to win the game. Eventually, beat the Wyvern. I rescued the prince. First kid in the arcade to do so. My parents were so proud of me. These were good years. Good memories, before the sorrows drowned them out. Wish to make a bid for Wyvern Keep.
Good choice. I'm okay with that.
I suppose Wyvern Keep would earn its keep. Ha! Good one, Gavin. But we still can't afford it.
Thank you, Tilly.
Shh. Well, that's a little harsh. Fortune cursing my name? Oh, God. Alternative bids. I remember Gavin mentioning that Hamza would accept things other than money. They tickled his fancy. We're definitely doing the kittens. I have one shot at this. I can't pass it. He's an emotional guy and expects an emotional response.
Psst. Ari, I'm over here now.
Why is my phone calling out to you exactly? And that doesn't sound like my Iris.
Now? Seriously?
Hamza, hold that thought. Gavin, can I borrow your phone for a second? Perhaps too confused to offer resistance, Gavin passes me his phone. I turn my back and begin a heated exchange of whispers.
Thanks for saving me by putting my pants, but this is not a good time, Iris. It's important. My emotional tension detection routines indicate that this is an intense identity situation. My programmers wanted to fit in an R, but you know the rest. Since you need to be super convincing, you'll only be able to respond in a way that matches one of your top 2 identity traits, excluding, basically. Fortunately,
oh God, this is going to be interesting.
Fortunately, I've been tracking your personality all this time, so I can advise you as to what responses will and won't work. Ready? Let's do it.
Well, that certainly was a whole lot of words to tell me what I already knew. That I'd only be able to convince Hamza if I was true to myself. Let's do this. Okay. We are not allowed to say I offer you a joke. We're not allowed to say I offer you revenge. Oh, are we not allowed to offer, um, okay, do we share our opportunity or share a dream? I'm assuming that we offer the dream, but we can still keep it same way as the opportunity. I'm I'm thinking dream personally. That may not work, but okay. I'm glad that we're not restricted to I offer you a joke or I offer you revenge, because those would be not not suitable in my opinion. I think the dream. I offer you my dream. Interesting. Continue. For years, I've been struggling with the feeling that nothing will ever go right for me. That I need to content myself with whatever comes my way and endure it all. But before things went sour, this game was my beacon. I loved this game with all my heart. And beyond nostalgia, it represents so much more. It represents my shot at getting that light back in my life, taking it and making it into so much more. I I want to recapture that magic, build something greater upon it. That's my dream. Will you help me realize that dream, Hamza? So, I see. Very well, Arikata. Hamza recognizes the fire within your spirit, and he rewards you with this boon. You may have your game. Ta-da! And prize unlocked, use the magic sword. Oh, Ari, that was so sweet of you. Yeah, I I agree. Seems to have turned out okay. I mean, it could have been risky that it cost us our dream, but that's the nice thing about dreams. You can get them back often, or you can find a new one. So at least it turned out okay. That was so sweet of you. I'm just happy we're walking out the door with a free game. I really thought we were going to trade the cats. And, um, okay. I don't know. I feel like this is the near the end of a chapter. So even though I said I was going to close, uh, fairly, a while ago, I'm going to. I think I'm going to push on to the end of the chapter, which should be very close. I think I did it. I actually own a copy of Wyvern Keep. Every kid dreams of owning their favorite arcade game, and every kid thinks that dream will never come to pass. Owning an arcade game? Only the ultra rich can do that. But I did it. It belongs to me. And the Funplex. This is just the beginning. But for now, better to focus on the present. With the auction wrapping up, the Funplex team works to move our purchases out to the van and attached trailer. Fortunately, the rain stopped, making the labor a wee bit easier. Soon enough, we're back in the van and on the road home. Hey Gavin, here's your phone back. Appreciated. Also, made a decision. I'd like to do more for the arcade. Want more work shifts? I'd have to balance that against Ashley's needs. No, actually, I'd like a promotion. I want to be the arcade's event manager. I'll do everything I'm already doing, plus I want to organize some events that'll bring people in the doors. Tournaments, maybe, or a grand unveiling of our new rare game. Or both at the same time. Yeah, both. Let's make it a big relaunch of the Funplex. I want the Funplex to grow, and I want to do my part to help it grow. My, our little Ari is growing up so fast as well.
I'm in favor, Gavin, if you need my approval.
I'm certainly pleased that you want to step up, start getting more involved. You've shown far more promise than our old floor attendant did. But hosting an event is a risky undertaking. I'll take responsibility for it. It's my dream, after all.
I like the idea. And Gavin, more players means more tokens, means more revenue, means more games. Maybe even expanding the Funplex or opening a second location.
Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Or let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Sorry, added a word there. But I'll admit, I like the idea as well. Very well. Ari, if you can make the numbers in my spreadsheets less dire, you'll have earned this promotion.
This is my chance.
Done going with the flow. Done assuming the family curse will always keep me pulled back down to the depths. New Ari, new Funplex, new dream.
Oh, hey! I promised you some Donna Michaels, didn't I? Gavin, I'm pairing up with the audio now. Turn the music up.
As the van speeds on into the night, and a lost soul sings of games and fun, everything is as it should be. Okay. Since we're changing scenes drastically, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it now. Juniper is waiting for us when we got home, but we'll find out more about that, I think, next week. Because it is approaching. See, it's almost a quarter till 8 p.m. my time, and I have not had dinner, which is fine, but I've also only had a bagel today, so I probably should actually have more food than that at some point. So anyway, thank you for hanging out. Yes, eat and be healthy. Definitely, I need to work on that, obviously. But thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And I will be doing more Arcade Spirits next Tuesday evening, starting about 5:15 or so, Eastern. What is it? Daylight saving time. I will probably also be doing. Oh, thank you, Frichi. Oh, I didn't. Oh, thank you for showing up. And your lurking is always welcome. And I appreciate your hanging out with us too. It was wonderful. Um, I'll be on here on Saturday. Uh, let's see, maybe 3 o'clock Eastern Standard or so, doing more Spiritfarer, and I want to see if I can squeeze in an additional Last Campfire stream at some point, because I'm really enjoying that game as well. So, anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and take care of yourselves, and just, be excellent to each other and to yourselves, and take care. Thank you. Bye bye. And I need to do a hotkey for my in screen, don't I? I will do that someday.